So last first, I just want to ask you about your reaction about the game yesterday.
Yeah, of course it was a fantastic result most of all, and same as the early matches. I mean the organization, the working performance. I think we took a step with the attacking part, especially in the first half. So of course I'm very satisfied, and most of all I'm really happy for all the fans supporting us and for the players and the staff who's been working so hard for this. So it's absolutely fantastic.
They were putting a lot of pressure on us in the second half. Were you afraid that we were going home?
Yeah, of course the risk is always, even if we all the time had the results, so we was into the next round. But of course you have a little bit of tension when we start dropping back more and more. So, but we were lucky with the substitutions also. So it worked out in the end. That's the main thing.
Were you happy with the performance?
Yeah, I think so. It was a step forward. I mean, we tried to play a little bit more in the attacking part, and also in the end, I think we were a little bit much more smarter than we were against in the last game. We kept the ball a little bit on their half and things like that. So, I mean, we can play a little bit better, so we don't get so low in defense as we did second half. But when it's that warm, they're getting tired, and when one team is hunting a goal, that's how football normally look.
If Arnold wouldn't have scored, you would be playing on Saturday. It's a huge advance to get these 2 extra days in rest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's especially if it's warm like this also. But anyway, it's very, very difficult to play with only 2 days in between. I mean, the players playing on this level that need at least 3 days to recover, and so that was of course very, very important for us.
How would you rate this moment in your career?
Yeah, it's one of the best. I mean, and as I said, always with Iceland, I mean, everybody has looked upon us as an underdog, I suppose, and doing these results with Iceland is a little bit special. Otherwise, of course, when you go through the first round in a competition, it's always nice, but this is definitely a little bit special.
Tell us what you think about drawing England as your next opponent.
Yeah, it will be an interesting game, I hope. I mean, it's always nice to play England. I have very good experience of that. I think we played them 6 times when I was coaching Sweden, and we never lost. So we try to keep that going, but it's always nice to play England. I mean, like in Iceland, and for me also when I was growing up in Sweden, we always looked at the Premier League. So, and also I know Roy since the 70s, so that's give a little bit an extra kick for it.
Will you be getting in touch with him before the game, or will it be strictly communication?
No, I don't think I will take any contact with him. I think he is his hands full like we have, so we focus on our own thing, and then we hopefully can meet us around the game.
England have struggled against teams that are very good structurally, very disciplined in terms of their positioning. Do you expect in that sense that they might find you a particularly difficult opposition?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we've shown now, I think, we're getting better and better every year, and we've shown that we are a team that is really difficult to break down. Doesn't matter how the other team is playing. So hopefully we can keep on going with that. And but I mean, England is a good team. They have good players. They could have scored more in the games they have played and win bigger victories, so to speak. So we expect, of course, a really tough game.
How would you describe your relationship with Roy and his influence on you?
Yeah, he's one of my friends. I regard him as that, and I mean, it was actually Bob Harton mostly that when he was 2 years in front of Roy. But then I got to know Roy when he moved to Halmstad '76, and so I mean, I took a lot of influences from their way of working in football.
Your home country, Sweden's going home. How have you seen their performance in the tournament?
I really can't say. I haven't seen much of it, so it's difficult to me. I saw the first game, the biggest part of it, and in that game they started not so good, but then in the second half, what I saw, they played a little bit better. Then I have only seen very short summaries of their game, so I can't really say.
In general, in the tournament, which were the teams that you thought you were the best or had the best performances?
In the beginning of the tournament, you mean?
In the tournament in general, up to now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty tight, as the results show. It's very few matches that end up with more goal difference than a goal. So it's difficult to say. I mean, many teams have impressed me rather much. I mean, some of the countries you maybe don't expect to play as good as they have done, like Wales or Northern Ireland and teams like that. So I mean, it's getting tighter and tighter on the international level. most countries today have a group of players playing abroad in good leagues and good clubs. So my experience through the years with international football is it getting tighter and tighter.
How will you use these days before the game?
Yeah, as you see today, the starting 11 is rehabbing today, and tomorrow we will start. They will be free after lunch today, and we have a short meeting with them 9 o'clock tonight. And tomorrow it's business as usual. So then we start focusing on the England game and have a team meeting around England, and then we just focus on our own game the rest of the days until we go to Nice.
Are there any injury worries? Aron has been doubtful for all the games.
I don't know if he's been doubtful. I mean, he had some feelings, and I mean he was away for such a long time. So, I mean he is really stiff after the games because I mean he's not maybe 100% match fit, but I mean his oxygen uptake is no problem. So I mean he is stiff, but I don't see any problems with him, and nobody has any knocks that I know about after the game that could be any serious. So I expect all 23 to be available when we come to England.
Lagerback, I'm from Portugal, and many Portuguese people now are saying